What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Today, I want to talk about this Champion Chase tournament that just ended. Honestly, typically whenever we have these events that are like pretty whale intensive, I like to go back and if it's possible to see how much money possibly was spent in this event. Also, I gotta say, this dude in my tournament, Heat Waves, was in #1 since the beginning. And then I guess overnight, Floyd passed him up. Man, that feels so bad. Because if you went in and bought shards, specifically for this event, thinking you're gonna win, and you got 22,000 points, I'll do the math on this in just a second, but that is a lot of money spent. And then you lost. Hopefully he got something good from those void shards, but #1 place, Ultimate or Supreme Galek. Let me know, guys, did you actually go for Supreme Galek? As far as a champion, I think he's one of the better or the best void legendary starters, but I really don't think any of them are crazy. I'd say he's pretty good. Dark Kale's pretty good, which speaking of, we have Dark Kale guaranteed, I think, tomorrow for 110 voids. So if you guys are going for that, let me know. I imagine most of you are probably dry on shards, though. If you opened up during this stuff, you're probably dry. I have 2 shards, so I'm not going to be going for it. There's zero chance, considering that would be about $250 that I would need to spend to actually get that. Probably even $300. But with that said, I want to jump in here and see how much money was actually spent during this Champion Chase event. So if we go to the global leaderboards, we can see people made a ton of points, 138,000, 130,000 points. That is a lot of points. But how much money is that? What kind of anniversary gift did we give to Plarium? These are the numbers we're going to be working off of, and that is 100 void shards. And in 100 void shards, you're going to get 83 rares, 16 epics, and 1 legendary. So 83 rares, 16 epics, and 1 legendary, making 100 champions from 100 shards, as it should be. We had 2x voids, and for each one of these, 83 rares, it's 50 points per rare. I believe it's 350 points per epic, and then 650 points per legendary. So that's the math we're going to be going off of. Obviously, not everybody's going to be opening up void shards. You can be summoning champions from your portal, like your fusion champions. You could be opening ancient shards. Ancient shards are the only ones you can infinitely buy. So say you'd had 100,000 gems, you can open a ton of ancient shards, but it's not going to be very many points in an event like that because there's no 2x and they're less valuable than void shards. So it's going to take a lot of shards, but a lot of those players at the top probably weren't only doing void shards. However, some players have a absurd amount of void shards. I know several players right now who have 500 plus void shards. Like, they're ready for this. So theirs would have been all on void shards. But either way, let's go ahead and continue. So #1 place, P2M. Let's see what he maybe spent. Let's see. So 10,400 points is what you're going to get from 100 shards. Let's scroll down a little bit more. So #1, $2.50 per void. I guess I don't know how I actually organize this. Let's scroll this up just a tiny bit. We'll use this little thing here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so #1, first place, probably opened 1,000, or assuming they only open void shards, it's going to be 1,335 void shards, or $3,337 spent on void shards over the course of a weekend. Like I said, it could be other shards. Also, something to keep in mind, this $2.50 per void is going off of the chosen smiley calculator on the Aftershock website. So if you're getting a pack and the void shards are valued about that, that pack is probably going to cost a lot more. So like if you come in here, it's going to cost a lot more, right? Like you're not buying strictly void shards for $2.50 per void. Like this pack right here may be a good deal for void shards, and it may come out to a $2.50 per void shard deal after you factor in the legendary tomes. But if you do 60 divided by 18, that's $3.30 per void shard. And if you're only going the void shards, some packs are going to be really good, and some packs, most packs, are going to be really bad. So second place, let's see what they got. So second place, 1,200 shards. Third place, 1,100 shards. Fourth place, 1,000. So you can see Plarium's like $3,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. So much money made from just the top 10 players, which is insane. Hopefully, nobody spent this much money, this many shards, and came out empty-handed. Oh man, I can't imagine. These events open you up so much to being sniped. There's no even big first place reward. I mean, 3 legendary books. You don't even get to fully book out your new Ultimate Galek or your Supreme Galek. But either way, they definitely open you up to being sniped, because you can open up hundreds and hundreds of void shards in the matter of a couple of minutes, even though my Sharple videos, 100 shards, probably in like a half an hour or so. But either way, you can open a ton of shards, so very easy to be sniped. But here we go. Top 10 players, they spent about $26,000. $26,000. That's more expensive than my car. The top 10 players bought my car in void shards. That is awesome or terrible. I don't know which one it is, but 10,738 shards. A little typo there. Here we go. Let's go ahead and down to the next. This is where it gets crazy, okay? That's the top 10 players. And remember, this is the top 100 players here, okay? So you have the top 100 players here, but you have somebody in 101st place with 66,449, right? You have players really close to the top 100 stuff, but they're just not showing this list, okay? So you could probably take this out to the top 1,000 players or something crazy. But here we go. Let's see what the top 100 players brought in. This is where majority of the money comes from. So 90 players, I averaged it out to about 70,000 points, okay? So the bottom, we have some players at the bottom, about 20 who have less than 70,000, and then everybody above that has more than 70,000. So I just said, hey, let's give all 90 players 70,000 points, and let's do the math based off of that. So 90 players at 70,000 points, that's going to be 673 voids per player down there, okay? Or $1,600 per person. That's going to be a total of 60,000 void shards open. Man, almost 61,000, 60,570, or $151,000. Okay, so my car was bought previously, and this is almost, well, this is a house depending on where you live. Some places this is a house, and some places, California, this is a monthly payment basically. Some places the house, not really, obviously, $151,000. That's a lot of money, not a down payment, not a monthly payment. Down payment, yeah, probably. But either way, guys, this is absurdity. This is crazy amounts of money spent. Honestly, though, it's not even as much as I was expecting it to be. I think that's because the champion, Supreme Galek. What is this? I don't want this. All right, let's get out of here. I like the lightning offers because you close them and they never come back. But the Supreme Galek, I mean, he's good, but a lot of the whales probably have much better options. So do they really need him? Probably not. So if it's a champion like Marichka or Taras, you would see those numbers 10 times. You would see those numbers insanely high. Marichka, Taras, any of those really top tier arena void legendary champions who really are game changing. These champions, they're good to have. I don't necessarily know if they're game changing. And if you get one of them, especially if you're early game, it's going to be amazing. But the likelihood of you actually getting that is not very high whatsoever. So there we go, guys. That's the crazy amount of money that was spent over the previous, I guess, 3-4 days or so. Honestly, a little bit lower than I expected. But if you take this number out, I bet you could do even the next 100 players at probably 50,000 points. Out of curiosity, let's see. So if 100,000 players got 50,000 points, let's see, 100,000, or so no, not 100,000. So the next 100 players got 50,000 points. And then we're going to divide that number by 10,400 because that's about the average over the 100 shards. And then we're going to times that by 100. So then you're going to have 48,076 shards opened up, which times about 250 is going to be about $120,000. So that's just the next 100,000 players, assuming all of them average to 50,000 points, which I imagine is more than reasonable. That is a lot of money Plarium made. I'd be interested to see like the revenue thing on Sensor Tower, the Sensor Tower website. They have the revenue. So the next month revenue, I'm wondering if it's going to be a big spike. I mean, they've had a lot of stuff going on with the 4th anniversary, a lot of crazy deals, a ton of deals. This seems, I don't know, is it okay? It's $25 for 24 shards. I don't know. It seems like it's maybe okay. I'm not going to get it. But they've had some decent deals come out recently. So guys, with that said, thank you all very much for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully it puts into perspective, hey, this is a lot of money spent, and I'm glad I didn't even compete. Because even the players in my bracket, let's see what they spent, okay? So Champion Chase, they had 26,000 points, right? So 26, it's really not that bad, honestly. Like, okay, so they opened 250 shards. That's not bad. Honestly, 250 shards, that's a lot. That is a lot of shards, okay? But during a 2x, you get the free champion if you win, which you may have had to open 300 shards to actually get him. So 250 times 2.5 is going to be $625. So when you compare it to somebody who spent, let's see, 3,000, probably even 4,000 plus for this event, 650 seems like a drop in the bucket. Seems like nothing at all. But man, that feels bad to spend the 650 and then a loss. But guys, best of luck if you go for Dark Kale. Or not Dark Kale. Dang it. That's going to be a confusing, very tricky. Dark Kale, Dark Aethel, Dark Elhain, Supreme, Ultimate, tricky, tricky, tricky. But either way, if you go for Supreme Kale, best of luck. Hopefully you get something amazing on the way to him. But yeah, let me know if you do. Maybe we can pull some shards and maybe I stream tomorrow. So guys, thank you all very much for watching. Best of luck in your CVC, and I'll catch you all in the next video.